come on into my July garden. We had a lot of rain and moisture, and everything is growing so beautifully. So let's go and have a look what needs to be done. So here are my chores for today. I have a big comfrey plant, and I have cut a few stems here and there, but this time I'm going to really have to do something with this. And I'm going to do like a fertilizer tea, and I will show you how I do that. Then my poor little ginkgo tree really didn't like the heat, so I'm going to add a little bit of fish emulsion or some fertilizer. The Valerian stopped blooming, so I'm going to be cutting the tops off, just maybe 2/3 down. The catnip over there is blooming again, so I need to trim that also, and maybe just dry it for the winter time to have tea. My echinaceas blooming. Here are some more echinaceas still blooming. I think I'm going to leave those. Do you see all these little bees and butterflies and bugs? So I'm just going to leave it for now. But my nettle leaf is looking really tall and ready to be picked. So I'm going to cut it down maybe 2/3 also, and then do the spinach dip, or the spanakopita, which is a Greek like a spinach phyllo pastry. It's not sweet, it's like a main dish. And what's great about the nettles now, it's got all these little seeds, so I may collect the seeds to add to my salad or as a topping. Lots and lots of nutrients in those seeds. And what else do I see here that needs to be taken care of? That comfrey is the officinalis. This is the one that is used medicinally. I can take that as a tea. Though the comfrey topic is a little controversial, so you need to do your own research. Here is my motherwort, and it almost stopped blooming. I left it because of the bees, but now it's really, as you can see with the rain, has bent over and is covering part of my garden. The Navajo tea is really doing great. I have taken a few cuttings and I've taken it to classes, so show people how the Navajos actually prepare their Navajo tea. So I think I'm going to leave that. And my thyme over there is growing nicely. The za'atar needs a little trimming, so I'm going to do that and also dry it. And here is the tarragon. Also the tarragon with the rain has bent over, and I'm going to trim it and hang it upside down and use it in several dishes. It's delicious. It has an anise-like flavor, so it's wonderful. And here is a rosemary. Rosemary, every so often I take little snippets and make sage sticks. And a lot of people really like it. It calms them. It also helps focus the mind. And they're kind of fun to do. And here is my oregano over there. It's doing really well. So I take every so often when I make a dish where I need oregano, it's right there and so fresh. Here is the, let me get out on the tree here. Here is the winter savory, and it's blooming, and I use the blooms and I put them in salads or as a decoration. They're just so yummy. My little rose started to bloom again. I gave it some fish emulsion and it's starting to bloom. And I'm starting to weed also. I picked up all these weeds this morning so I can plant some more things. And I just wanted to show you my garden before I get to it and clean it up a little bit. And my tree is growing here beautifully. Gonna give some shade to these lovely plants that don't like the hot summer. So next I will do a little video after I've done all my work today. Okay, all the chores are done with my big helper here, Mr. Mason. He's looking for shade. So the biggest changes that I've made is the Valerian. I cut them about 2/3 down, and I didn't have anything to do with, I didn't know what to do with it. So what I did is I put in a compost pile. It's excellent for compost pile, and you can go online and read about it. It's also good for putting in a spray in case there's frost coming, so you spray your plant and they get protected. All kinds of interesting information. The other thing that I did is my nettles. Carefully, I cut my nettles and I made a nice little dish with that, and I'll post that underneath it so you can go and check my little dip that I made. The echinacea I haven't touched. As you can see, there's a lot of bees. Still enjoy that nectar. And what? Oh, my motherwort right here. As you remember, or as you can see in the video, it was just hanging over, and it just wanted to travel other places in the garden, but I wanted to be staying here. So it'll regrow again, and I'll be able to pick some leaves to make tea with. The thyme over here is really nice, growing. I haven't done anything. The za'atar, I cut the za'atar and I hung it up, and I will show you that in another little video, how I dry my herbs. And I think that's about it. So I have a little bit of space right here and right there next to the roses, and maybe in another place. And I like to plant some things, so I'll be shopping again for plants. And also, of course, you'll see a little video how I use a lot of leaves from this beautiful, beautiful comfrey. And I'm making a compost tea. And that also I'm going to show you in another little video. And it's right over there, really brewing nicely in the shade. It's not stinky yet, but as soon as it will be, I'll be using it up. That is it. And all the other little plants, my beautiful lady's mantle is growing beautifully. It's got shade from the comfrey. And yeah, everything is growing beautifully, and I'm probably going to get another harvest before the fall. So I will do another little video maybe in September or so, and see what's going on, and then how to prepare your garden, your herb garden, for the winter time. So until next video, ciao miteinander.